This episode contains sensitive topics. Discretion is advised. Welcome in. Take a seat. Welcome to the Lusty Lounge. Today, your host shall be I, Puce, with the co-host, as usual, Alt.
Hello.
And Minka.
Hey.
We today will be talking about all of our fetish and kink related hot takes and trash takes.
And by that, he means his.
Mostly, because these two are too afraid to get yelled at for their takes.
Incorrect. Because I am...
Or we don't care enough.
...into
That's
almost everything.
Minka, that shouldn't count at all.
What?
We've talked about how trans people have, like, the biggest list of all kinks and fetishes before.
Yeah, nothing about hot takes, though.
So I feel, yeah, but if you're into everything, I feel like you can't have hot takes.
No, but...
No, you can disagree with stuff and still be into it.
There are still some things I'm not into, so... Just not a lot.
Alright, fine. I'll just call Alt white bread then, since he has no hot takes.
Sure.
Man, my phone says otherwise, but alright.
Alright, who wants to start us off?
You, bitch.
Okay. I feel like I'll start out with a mild one that's not too hot of a take. Foot fetishes are gross, and I don't get how you could develop a fetish for feet.
So when
you could defend yourself.
So you say it's not too hot of a take, but there are some people out there who, like, that is their whole, like, their only fetish. Like, that is what their personality is based on. Like, there's all those sites about, like, celebrity feet and stuff. I will admit, like, I'm going to be defending a lot because, like, you know, like, your kink is not my kink and that's okay. And so it's like, we're going to have hot takes here and it's going to be like, you don't understand it. But, like, that doesn't mean, obviously, that we're saying that you're gross. It might mean that maybe Puce is saying that, but, like, for me, I just want to make it clear that, like, you know, everybody has their own things they're into. We don't control our fetishes, blah, blah, blah. That being said, this is one that I also don't fully understand. I enjoy some feet, and I hate other feet. It does tend to be more towards the feminine feet, and maybe it's just even the more taken care of feet.
Wait. You hate or you like feminine feet?
I like feminine feet because, like,
okay, because
as a like 90% lesbian, I enjoy giving foot rubs. I enjoy, you know, massaging and all of that kind of stuff. So, like, they're not gross to me at all. Like, I think they're cute, aesthetically pleasing. But then you have some people that have, like, those really big feet, and to me, that's I don't want to touch those kind of feet. And nothing against people with those kind of feet, because if you want your feet to be touched, they deserve to be touched as well. And there are people out there who will do it. But that's for me where I'm like, I don't get it. Like, some people are like, it doesn't matter what foot it is. Like, I don't want to put my feet on anyone's genitalia. I don't want anyone's feet on my genitalia. Like, I don't have that fetish.
The more I think about it, the more I feel like foot fetishes, I feel like that's more so for people who are submissive. Because I feel like everything to do with feet, like getting stepped on, like sucking on the toes, massaging them, it's all like more in that like subspace of type of things. If that makes sense.
I have a story.
Oh, okay.
Albeit a brief one.
Hit us with it.
I fucked up my hips like a year ago, and I had to go to the chiropractor. How one relates to the other, they didn't explain to me. I was like, fuck it, you're the doctor. I just gotta take what you say at face value. You're a doctor. I'm not. He was like massaging my back, and I'm like, this would be way better if it was a foot. He's like, I'm sorry, what? Like, yeah, you can't put your whole weight of you into my back to fix it. But if you, like, walk on my back, that's all your weight, so that should work. And he looked at me like, huh, you have a point. And I'm like, how the fuck did you never think of that? you're not a foot doctor, you're a back doctor. Yeah, you're right. So this consultation will be free because I gave you an idea and I can see you formulating ideas about what I said. So I'm not paying for this session. And he's like, we'll talk about that later. I'm like, okay. I was joking, but all right, we take those. And then fast forward to 2 months ago, internet friend had on some really big platform boot things, and I'm like, I want you to step on me on my back because it still hurt, and like not in a sexy way, in a hey, you can't walk right, so if I walk on your back you'll be good type of way. And then I laughed, and then she laughed, and her boyfriend was like, what? Yeah, that's my story.
Platform boots gave you the idea to make them walk on your back?
Yeah, them bitches are big and heavy. Have you never seen a platform boot?
The biggest I've seen are like 2-inch ones.
That ain't shit.
I know, that's why I'm saying that it was only.
Nigga, that's not even a platform at that point.
Being stepped on and trampling kinks are not always associated with foot kinks, though.
Damn, I had an idea and she ruined it for you. I'm sorry, I tried.
I feel like
I know tons of people who are either gross about feet or like whatever, but like especially if somebody's wearing boots or heels or something like that, the idea of doing like trample play and stuff like that still is a big turn on for them. So they can be related, but are not actually like connected at the hip or anything.
wow, that kind of hurts my head to think about, because I feel like that'd be like me liking breast expansion, but not liking boobs.
It is possible that the majority of people who have a foot fetish are into it, but it doesn't also reflect back the other way.
I guess that's fair to say then. It's more of a foot fetish people more than likely have a stepping on fetish than stepping on fetish people have a foot fetish.
But this is me speaking from not having the fetish and so having limited information. But a lot of times I feel like from what I've seen and heard is that when it is the stepping fetish for people with like foot fetishes and stuff, a lot of times it's like actually more of the CBT, like, you know, I want you stepping on my balls and my cock or my vagina.
CBT.
Or CBT, cock and ball torture.
Oh, okay.
Or cognitive behavioral therapy, if you want to get people confused.
I was going to say, I thought that was a psychology thing, so
It is.
I was right.
Yeah.
But...
So if you ever use CBT, just make sure the person knows which one you're referring to. But also like stepping on the face, like that kind of stuff, I feel like exists more in the foot fetish side because it's usually barefoot. Not always. Like I've had my head stepped on and like pressed into the ground plenty of times, but never with like a barefoot.
Listen, let me stop. Never mind.
Nope, it's hot takes. Say it.
No.
Say the thought.
I don't know if that'd be count as bullying or not.
Do it.
Is that a bad joke? I think that's a bad joke.
Manga, give him permission.
Is it a joke with me as the...
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, your past trauma doesn't count towards your fetishes.
Oh, it definitely does. Almost all the time.
I was making a joke about... Never mind. Never mind.
I'm dumb.
That's another hot take right there. That people only have fetishes due to like abusive trauma and stuff.
Well, that's for the end of the episode. We're gonna like cap with that one. So stick around,
you can
audience.
cap with that.
All right. Oh, I feel like you should be up next. I think we've kind of run into the end of the foot fetish discussion.
All right. This is also another joke because it's courtesy of my cousin. Because I was like, help, and he was like, I got you. And I'm going to say it how he said it. Incest is okay in hentai. Nowhere else.
Dramatic pause.
Yes, dramatic pause. Because he said that, and I looked at him like, You want to tell me something? And he's like, no, it's not what you think. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's what I think. Yeah, it's a hot take.
I feel like I can sort of get it with the like step sibling and stepmom.
No, not
jokes,
step. Like,
that's bad.
no.
Yes, I understand.
No step. All what blood relation. Yep. I didn't watch Oremo because I was told not to.
Oh God, I'm gonna get myself in so much trouble on this episode.
Why?
What do you got, Minka?
Well, obviously that is a hot take. And there are a lot of people that have certain feelings about it, even when it's drawn stuff. But I am one of those people who feels that if there are no actual living beings or creatures involved, then for the most part, it's game.
Whew, I'm glad I'm not the only one with that hot take.
I like how you said that. I mean, I read a lot of Dojin, and it's been a lot of sons fucking their moms, and I'm like, what's going on here? Why is this the new hot thing? Oh, I have a hot take of my own volition now.
Okay, let's move on to that since it's your hot take.
Well, it's based off what my cousin said. Mother and son is okay. Father and daughter is not okay.
That seems to always be the dynamic, which I don't understand.
I don't either. But I agree that it's totally fine for the mom, but not okay for the dad. And like, I feel like that's just the double standard. It shouldn't be like that. But yet here we are.
So this is an educated guess that could be way off. But I feel like in Japan, they're at this point, and I think they've been there for a while, but like a lot of the adult men that have been working jobs and everything actually like have these submissive fantasies to stronger women. And so I think that's why a lot of the stuff that comes out is actually like the mom and the son, because it's the dominant head woman and like the submissive man.
No, it's not.
See,
it is the total opposite.
I was going to go full like Western political junk on us because we always have to bring in politics once an episode.
Because all the stuff I've seen is the mom being the one that's pushing.
No, that is not.
I've seen it both ways. So I've seen both mom makes the move and son makes the move. So it's like 50-50. But I was going to say...
It's mostly... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I feel like it's quite literally tied to, like, the whole, like, men have always been in power thing in the Western world, at the very least. Where, like, seeing a guy take control, at least as an older man, isn't as, like ooh, ah, amazing. Whereas an older woman taking charge is more, like... fascinating and cool, if that makes sense. The whole misogyny route of stuff.
I get what you're saying, but that's not what's been being pushed out recently. It's mostly teenage kids going, damn, my mom's kind of hot. I should try to fuck her. And I'm like, we skipped steps. We skipped a lot of steps to get here. How did we get here? I only turned 2 pages. Like, what happened? Like, yeah, your mom's hot, but I'm not her child. I'm a third-party bystander.
I feel like so, that's like, just the rule of porn.
It shouldn't escalate that fast. Like, there was no build-up. It was page 1. Oh, no, it was page 6. Page 7. Fucking. And I'm like, wait. I skipped a page. No? I did not skip a page. What happened? How did... Sir? Sir?
Yeah, I guess that is kind of fast. But all the stuff I read, it's pretty similar. And
well, all you
Western
read is
junk.
about breast expansion, so
no. It's not. Okay, I talk a lot about breast expansion, but I'm into other stuff.
Disagree. Where's the proof?
It may all revolve around big boobs, but it's not growing boobs. So, If
I
I
have another
didn't use
thing, but I'll
incognito
wait
all
for
the time,
later.
I'd send you to my search history. But
Bitch. Just make another account, or not account, another profile on your computer and just make that one for porn. There you go. Problem solved.
I'll use the
Get a
Lusty Lounge
VPN.
account.
We don't have... What?
Oh, I thought you meant the Gmail account.
No, you stupid fuck. No, your own profile on your own computer. Don't destroy our search history.
Well, then maybe we should all just start using it.
Don't put the Lusty Lounge
What?
email on the FBI watch list.
Right?
If they're not already watching us, then they should
They're
be,
not.
because we have a great show.
Ah.
I see what you did there. I don't know if I hate it or not. I do, but I don't.
I personally loved it.
Well, you made the joke, so of course you would.
All right.
I have another hot take, but it can wait till we go back around.
I was gonna say we all seem to agree on like incest on the page is okay.
It's fine.
Incest in real life, not so much.
Right, Minka?
I'd say third cousins is the closest.
Right,
you should
right, Minka?
start.
Right, Minka? Right?
That is correct.
Okay. All right.
Did I say that like game show awardy enough?
Yes, but I didn't believe a word of it. Well, you only said one word, so I didn't believe it. But
She said 3 words though.
That is correct.
All right. I've
I'll
done a
work
hot
on-
take. Alt's
Yeah.
done a hot take. Minka, you're up.
So yeah,
Sorry.
I guess I wasn't thinking about the fact that hot take could also be like,
controversial,
yeah.
not just wrong.
yeah, not just I don't like this and I think it's gross. So I'm gonna, because there's one that obviously plays well into that last one. But I think I'll wait on that one because it's to me it's pretty obvious. It's a pretty obvious transition, but I want to do this one and not forget it. Clown fetish, and no offense to Jay, because I believe that's a thing that he's into, but
Who the fuck is Jay?
isn't that your cousin? D? It's D.
Wrong letter.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you also you fucked it up too in your things to do for 2023.
What was the things to do in 2023?
Oh my god, you don't. How do you say you listen to every episode but forget what you said? That episode is literally like 10 minutes long.
To be fair, I have not listened to the last 2 episodes. I've been busy.
Well, whose fault is that?
Fair enough.
Yeah. So no offense to D, but that's one that I don't get. I understand that there's, this whole thing about clowns being creepy, and I grew up with that. I think we all grew up with that. So there's a little bit of that in my subconscious, but like there are also times that like I see clowns and it's not like, oh, it's a scary, but I also am just like, to me that is not aesthetically pleasing. Aesthetically, oh my god, aesthetically
pleasing. There you go. I'm gonna like this. That's like the one thing I'm gonna disagree with. I just like the aesthetic, and it's only for like a handful. Everything else, I'm just like, none of this is attractive.
Is it like the pastel colors you like or something?
Yeah, I like pastel colors. As a dark skinned person, they make me look different. It's cool.
They make everybody look different. But
No, they don't.
But
No,
like,
they don't.
I prefer Harley Quinn not in the clown makeup. But I also
Well, yes, 'cause she's
that's also
hot.
like the era of like Harley and Ivy, which obviously is better in my taste. But yeah,
should
I don't
be
know.
better in everybody's taste, but
To me it is not aesthetically pleasing. So I
you
just
go.
I don't get that. Like I understand why it's a fetish, but it is not a fetish that I can like
Support.
no. I can still support
that
it.
I can see somebody getting into.
Yeah, like to me, I've never had whatever thing in my mind that was like, oh yeah, let's fuck some clowns.
You haven't played the Ace Attorney games.
Okay,
I've
but that
played
clown's
a
hot
few.
because the girl is hot, not because
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
but
Yeah, I know about the new girl that
She's not
everybody
new.
was-
That game's like 20 years old, 15 years old. How
Oh, the
old
one
is
she's
this
from. Well, she only blew up like last year.
Yeah,
Because
that's
niggas
where the
were
whole
playing
Lusty
Ace
thing
Attorney.
came from.
Love me some Ace Attorney.
Yeah, like I saw her and I immediately like thought of some people where I was like, you would love this, but to me it's like, yeah, thanks, I'll pass.
Throwback to our last episode. Mrs. Mummy has a redeem on her Twitch that is Clissy, and she throws on a clown nose. I think she looks hot, but that's not because of the clown nose, because her model's just hot.
Yeah, I don't have a thing for the clown nose.
Same.
Yeah, it's definitely a clown can be hot to me, but that's because the person's hot, not the actual clown part. Plus, breast expansion can link into it, but that's a whole different subject.
I'll agree with you, Minka. It's just not. I don't. It's a good meme.
Yeah, and I think the people that are into it understand that. I've never heard of any people who are into the clown fetish like coming out and being like, everybody attacks our sub community. It's just like,
What are you talking about? Insane Clown Posse is always getting attacked for stuff.
that is not the same.
I know. I know.
He had to
Listen,
make the joke.
I ain't got a. I did. I ain't got a lot to work with over here, so you know.
Apparently, though, one of the members like came out super supportive of his kid who came out as a furry, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like the main dude, and like, all right. Back to other internet news.
Yeah, it was just like, oh,
a
awesome.
supportive dad. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Moving on.
Yeah.
All right, Puce, your turn.
All right. Another, like, semi-hot take. I don't understand how people like asses more than boobs. It doesn't make sense to me whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, boobs give you milk. Asses give you poop. One's clearly much better than the other. So I don't
What
get
if you're
how...
lactose intolerant, though?
You know, even if I was lactose, I'm pretty sure that the choice is obvious.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm just being a contrarian.
Minka, you were gonna say something?
Yeah. If you don't have milk, you still live. If you don't poop, you die. So I would say that poop is more important than milk.
No, the function
act of pooping
pooping is more important.
You two and your contrarian takes today, I don't like it.
You're the one that
Because
wanted
it's
a hot
fun
take
and
episode.
easy. Yeah, you're right. Quit being a little bitch.
But aren't you more into butts than boobs, Alt?
No.
Oh yeah, you like thighs more than boobs.
Sometimes. Depends on
Which
the
I
size.
also don't get, but to a lesser extent. Because thighs are definitely
We'll talk
squishy,
about that later.
But nope, I'm tackling it all right now. Boobs are the most superior. What's it called? Secondary sexual characteristic.
Erogenous zone.
How about body part?
No, your brain and your head kind of important. So is your heart. Those are kind of important.
Okay, important and sexiest doesn't matter. Boobs are the most
Erogenous
important.
zone. Erogenous zone. I watch No Game No Life. I miss No Game No Life. I miss it so much.
Okay, but boobs are the most superior. I will not take no other answer.
I can't tell if that's an actual grunt or if that's a stretch.
I think that's a stretch, but it was perfect. Man, I kind of expected more pushback from you guys for me saying that.
No.
That's because you're wrong.
So why am I wrong, Minka?
Because one doesn't have to be better than the other. They are both very important. They are both very sexy. They are both very soft and squishy. And they both deserve a place at the top of appreciation lists. Together. TNA.
Man, she's not even going like contrarian. She's going full devil's advocate. It's crazy.
TNA. Stay together forever.
See, I feel like you could have big boobs and a flat butt, and it still look good. But I feel like if you have a big butt, you need some boobs to balance it out.
I'm gonna disagree with that.
You still feel that way if they've got big boobs and you're clapping that ass and nothing's happening?
See, if they're
She
big
got a
enough,
good
they'll clap
point.
anyways.
It's also a fair point.
I think they both deserve our respect.
Nope, I don't. Butts don't deserve it. They don't deserve all the love they get.
Do you have either a big butt or big boobs?
Yeah, I'm a guy though, so my opinion is the most important.
What do you mean, yeah?
I don't know. I don't even know why I said that, but I stand by it.
No. This is a woman's body. So your opinion means nothing. Nothing.
Hey, girls like guys' butts, so I have a butt, and girls like it, so I think I can talk at least on the butt side of it.
Your wife and your dog don't count.
Girls still like guys' butts.
You said your butt the second time.
True. But girls still like guy butts in general. So I can at least talk on the butt part. And butts suck.
That's
Shout out to the itty bitty titty community. Y'all good people.
yeah. Don't
I didn't say
don't let Puce
no,
abuse
all,
you.
all boobs are better than butts, not just big boobs. I'm not excluding any boobs in this argument. All
No.
boobs are better than
You were the
butts.
one who said that if they had a big butt and like no boobs, that it was an issue. You're gonna have to eat your words here, Puce.
No, you are misconstruing it. I meant it in the context of having a big butt.
No.
The
I
aesthetic
believe
looks better.
I believe the literal
with
words
bigger
out of
boobs.
your mouth were, if you have a big butt and tiny boobs, then I hate you.
You know what? Fine. I'll just stand by that completely fictional statement that you just made up. Big butts and small boobs. Girls, you can get implants. You can fix that.
Oh, now we're body shaming.
Yep, I'm standing by that. You can leave it all in. Make everybody hate me.
We were there on episode 2. What are you talking about?
Well, let them hate me more.
Look, butts and boobs are great. Honestly, I did some body shaming too with the small butt thing. So, butts and boobs are all great. Doesn't matter what size they are. You know, I'm just glad you have both.
Fair statement.
Because
I honestly expected more
have ass.
pushback from you than I did Minka.
He likes boobies.
Why?
I don't know. I figured you'd just be like the person to push back and say I'm dumb for my take. Because you usually say I'm dumb.
I'm never going to not call you dumb because listen, I haven't yet to leak our talkings. The audience knows you're fucking dumb. I hope by this point. I don't need to add anything to it. You could do that all on your own.
Oh, so now you're just letting the audience think I'm dumb?
They probably do.
Who needs enemies when they've got friends like you guys?
You're welcome. You've told us that multiple times.
To be fair, every time that he calls you dumb, it's actually getting the audience on your side.
Is it?
Until he says some dumb shit, and they're like, "Well, wait, hold on."
No, because then he's endearing.
No, that he fucking burned that bridge a while ago.
I've gotten roasted for my butt versus boob takes. Mm-hmm. Oh, what you got?
All right, so speaking of gigantic titties, recently an artist me and Puce and Joy was like, you know what? This is hyperbole, by the way. He didn't actually say this. Fuck my other character. I'm gonna make this boy with huge tits and like a feminine body my new main thing. And I went, do I want to fuck that bunny?
Femboys have been taking over lately.
And I don't know why.
I don't know either. I've just like started seeing it in the past couple weeks. I'm like, I appreciate it, but it makes me question everything.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that boat. Granted, I would choke Cake's character out with my dick in a heartbeat and be like, well, that just happened. Don't know what to tell you. Sorry,
Like wrap it around their neck.
No,
Yep, that's what he meant.
that is not what I meant. You know damn well what I meant.
Talk about cock and ball torture. That'd be interesting.
For sure.
You heard it here first, though, folks. Alt's got such a big cock that it can wrap around your neck.
Didn't say that. Didn't say that at all. I don't even have the confidence in myself to joke about that.
Minka and I have that much confidence in you.
You shouldn't.
Minka, what's your opinion on femboys?
I'm trying to look up something really quick.
But it's only the ones with
yeah.
the huge titties. That's it.
No, I I attribute a lot of the big femboy stuff. It's been growing for a while. People have loved femboys for a while, but I attribute a lot of the more immediate success to Finster.
I was just about to bring him up.
Yep.
Alt, do you know who Finster is?
Is he the dude that's like, it's girl month? It's been
Yes,
girl month for the last, like, okay.
It's been 2 years, I
friend
believe.
showed me that, and I'm like, because they were like, what do you think of this person? I'm like, those titties look fake, but they're not bad. It's like, well, that's a nigga. I'm like, oh.
He makes a hot girl, not gonna lie.
He's super cute. And like he's got a pretty good following, and so like I feel like
So much
that's
money.
I feel like that's he at least gotta have an influence on the femboy
fact
stuff going on.
One femboy has turned the whole world gay.
Listen, $20 is $20.
Yeah.
Well, granted, they can afford way more than $20. Fucking, I've seen clips, and I'm like, how do you make that much money?
I don't know.
I want, like,
but
a
some of those
fourth of
people
that.
are crazy. To be fair, I've seen that much dropped on the VTubers I watch. And that should say something.
Who the fuck are you watching that's making tens of thousands?
Okay, maybe not that much, but like 1,000 in one stream.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but I honestly find it hilarious and adorable.
Femboys do be cute.
I'm not a Nostalfo fan, though. I just, no.
I don't know what that is.
I know you don't know what that is.
I just felt like I know it usually doesn't need to be said because at this point I don't know what anything is, but felt like it needed to be said.
Who the fuck's the femboy in ReZero? And I can't even be mad because ReZero's not my show. It's my friend's show.
I got nothing.
Felix? I think it's Felix. We'll call him Felix. All right, Mink, it's your turn for a hot take while I fucking not.
What was your hot take
have an
anyways? That
aneurysm.
femboys are hot?
Just one. They're
Just
okay.
one.
They're
Hey,
okay.
There's two though now. Cakes,
Well-
femboy, and Finster.
Finster's an actual human being. PB is a fucking anime character rabbit.
Still counts as two.
No.
You know what I have one quick question before we move on. When does femboy transition into Fuda?
When they get a vagina.
Yeah.
Fair.
I mean, there can be some food stuff that's written to where they don't have both, but usually it's when they have both.
Most of the recently they've been getting rid of the balls, and I'm like, huh. The choice.
Yep, but still got plenty of cum.
Yeah.
All right.
One less thing to draw, so it's fine.
On to Minka's hot take.
All right, this is both a hot take and a not hot take, I feel. But again, in art and on the written pages, basically, bestiality, or as it's also pronounced in some places, bestiality. And
Okay.
the reason I say it is and isn't, because monster smut is rampant all over the, like...
Internet.
All over the internet and all over the actual, like, published books world. And, like, Amazon is constantly pushing different ones.
Isn't there a movie that came out like 2 years ago where the woman fucks the sea thing, the thing in the lake?
Yeah, the Shape of Water.
Yeah, that one. Thank you.
Yeah, like, so it's one of those things where it's kind of interesting because it's like, again, like, and I get it. There is a difference between like a dog and a sentient werewolf, because obviously then it's still more or less consenting adults, but then you also have the stories where the monster is still just a creature. But like, there's a lot of people that are into like animal dicks and being knotted and all of that kind of stuff, and so it's like it kind of still has to stay hidden, because then people are like, oh, you're an animal fucker, like you should be in jail. And it's like, well, no, I'm not actually going to go do it, I'm just going to get off to it, you know. So it's kind of that same thing with the incest, where it's like, I feel like as long as this exists on paper and it's not actually real creatures, real people, then like I feel like it's okay.
I feel like
You wanna
that's
know
two
some
hot
shit?
takes in one. You go ahead, Alt.
You want to know some shit? I was doing research into this very topic. It is completely and 100% legal to watch bestiality porn, but it is illegal to make it. No way. What?
Doesn't that depend on the state?
I mean, it's banned everywhere in America, like
Well, I mean,
all 50 states. But like, if
the
you go
watching
somewhere else,
side of it.
then- I mean, the watching side, you're fine, which is so weird. But just don't go around making it.
Yeah,
And
I did know that was
see,
a thing.
I see what they're doing with the law. It's like, if you don't make it, it's totally legal to watch it. But if you make it, no. And I'm like, well, you were trying to make it so no one would make it, because that's illegal. But consuming it is. I'm like, okay, all right.
And there are other countries where it's not illegal, so
Yeah, that's why when you watch the animal fucker videos, that no one's ever speaking English ever.
I feel like you have two hot takes there in one, Minka. Because I feel like you just said written bestiality, A-okay. Which, same with the incest thing. But I feel like you also were just like, you monster fuckers out there, you're also into bestiality.
Puce, hold on. Puce, did you not forget? Do you not remember we did two whole ass episodes about what monsters we would and wouldn't fuck?
Yes, but I'm just saying, I think Minka's calling out the people out there who are anti-bestiality stories, but also into monster fucking, and telling them, you're into beast fucking.
Okay.
to me, I don't feel like it's calling out. I feel like that's just a literal reality of it. And, you know, there probably are some people who would be super pissed off of that and be like, no fucking way, I'm not into that. Like, that's completely different. But it's like, but if you're reading all this werewolf smut and it's all about these canine cocks and getting knotted, like, is that not more or less along that same line? Again, not saying you would ever go do it, but like, to me, it feels like that's where all this comes from.
So, like, The whole Pokemon community is probably like, ooh, we should not say anything right now. And I'm like, yeah, you probably shouldn't. I don't, I don't suggest you say anything right now.
Well, that's
There's a
they're
lot
just
of,
instead of monster
there's a
fuckers,
lot.
they're pocket monster fuckers.
Yeah, quite literally. Are you gonna tell her she's wrong, Alt?
I can't.
I know.
You telling me you wouldn't fuck a God of War?
Oh, I ain't telling
No.
you that.
I'm pretty sure that was one of my hot takes a few weeks ago. Is that I don't get why people like the more animalistic Pokemon.
You mean you wouldn't fuck a giant rock snake that's just a big dick? That's literally, or the new Earthworm Pokemon, because there's a new Earthworm Pokemon, which I didn't know about until I caught it. I was like, what is
Wiglet.
this?
Wiglet?
Yeah.
No,
Wiglet.
not Wiglet, not
Oh.
Wiglet. Not
Oh, you're
Wiglet.
talking about the one that looks like a robotic worm.
I'm gonna beat this game one day.
No, I am in no way saying that I am not a huge part of that same group. Because I absolutely am. and
He's
maybe
like,
that's
don't get me wrong.
that's-
I'm definitely part of both communities.
And maybe that's why like I'm calling them out, because it's just like, hey, like, let's be real about who we are. But I mean, they're okay. So grown up in religion, we know people do mental gymnastics to make themselves comfortable believing whatever. So like it's possible there could be some of that going on too, where they're like, no, that's bad. I'm not into that. But this thing that's like the exact same thing, but just like slightly different is okay. You know, so I'm sure there are people out there that would be adamantly furious at me saying this. But to me, that this is what makes sense logically.
It's literally just how you package it. Like, on paper, I wouldn't fuck a lich. And then Konosuba came out, and I went, never mind. I take it back.
Yeah.
Watch Konosuba. Season 3 comes out at some point this year.
Yeah,
I'm
and
excited.
and again, that's the big thing, is I'm not saying that these people would go out and ever actually have sex with animals, because again, there's that consent thing that's weird there, and some people try to argue that like you can get consent from animals and it gets really weird and hazy, but just don't do it. But like that doesn't mean that can't turn you on. It is possible for things that are illegal, things that are bad, to still turn you on.
Stop.
No, but I mean that's the whole thing. That's the incest stuff. Like it's the reality of the human mind. Is
All right, change your phrasing.
I think it's the whole taboo nature of things that make people want to do it. It's the rebelliousness in everybody when we are told not to want something. Most people immediately are like, well, then I want it because you said I don't want it.
Okay, you know what? Never mind. Hopefully the audience did not think the same thing I thought when Minka said what she said.
well, that's why I haven't brought up Dark Daddy play. Dark Age.
What's that?
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Do I want to know?
It's
You were probably the nigga in high school when the teacher forgot to ask for the homework. You were like, but I did my homework, and everyone just kind of looked at you and glared.
no.
talking to me or
I
Minka?
have
Talking to
ADHD,
you.
so like
Talking to Puce.
When you say
okay,
new
I was
words,
really
I have
confused.
to ask what they are.
That's age play with a sexual side to it, which is also another hot take, because that is a very controversial thing, because people feel that it gets too close in line to things like
Specific philias that people don't
yes.
like. Man, you were worried about my hot takes. Minka's the one over here setting fires everywhere.
No, if you literally hadn't have said what's that, we would not be talking about it. But yet here we are.
Hey, I'm dumb. I'm gonna ask what everything is. Also, I thought she said dark play, and I was very confused.
No, dark age play, usually dark daddy play.
I need a cigarette. I don't even smoke. Smoking's bad for you. Don't do it, kids.
Why did you agree to this episode, Alt?
Because I couldn't tell you no, because it's not my turn to be the host.
Because we need to get something recorded so we stay ahead of it.
Man, you think we're ahead. It's cute.
I mean, hey.
The audience doesn't know that.
Technically, because that other episode is about to come out but hasn't come out yet, we are technically ahead.
She's right.
All right, Puce, what's your hot take, Fred? What you got?
Giantess. I think it's bizarre. I don't get why people want to fuck people who are like 1,000 times their size. And this applies to every type of growth out there. I don't get, after a certain size, why you'd be interested.
I was going to say, you can't say anything because you're in the breast growth, so shut the fuck up.
Yep, even that. I don't get why people have such, like, extreme sizes they want to go to. Like, a girl who's, like, 10 feet tall, I can see the appeal. A girl who's 50 feet tall, I don't understand that at all.
Well, when she's 50 feet tall, she can pick you up and use you like a dildo and shove you inside her vagina until she shoves you all the way into, past her cervix, into her womb, and then you slowly...
Well, that's just unbirth, and I don't want to talk about that. That's a whole... I feel like that's just the topic that we all don't want to talk about.
I because it is something that I have gotten off to, I would say that for me, it usually does have to do with the fact that it's like... there's the powerlessness part of it, because they're so big, there's nothing you can do. And then there's the kind of the vor side of it, which vor is in itself another hot take. But for me personally, when I've had anything involved with the giantess stuff, it's usually been also part of vor, and not always like, I don't remember what the name for like actually like killing somebody with vor is. There's something else. There's another part added to it, but like sometimes it's just being used, and then like, you know, you're done, you're not dead, you're not stuck inside them.
Yeah, that falls in line with the whole popping thing. Vor and popping, don't get it. But sticking with the growth stuff, all you people out there, including myself, into growth, why do you guys not have limits? Like, why is there no such thing as too big? Oh, you got any takes on this?
No.
Are you just trying to avoid touching the subject, or you just got nothing?
I don't care.
Maybe it's just because I'm in the growth community that I want to talk about this because I don't get it.
No,
people. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Goddamn Canadians.
Canadians? I guess we are both closer to the northern border than you, so.
Thank you for understanding, Minka. Thank you for being a child of the internet. I'm like this uncultured fuck.
I'm a Michigander. We're pretty much Canadians.
You're a
we
what?
just don't want to admit it. Michigander. We're like Canadians.
No, you're not.
We're pretty close to Canadian.
No, you're not.
They come over to have vacation here, and we go over there to have vacation. We're pretty much the same people.
No, you people, you niggas are not nice. The Canadians are nice. And they have better food.
Poutine.
It's pretty much the same food.
No, it's... What?
What do they have that we don't?
Poutine.
I don't even know
Moose
what that
steaks.
is, so you got me there.
Oh my god.
Moose steaks? What was that noise, Minka?
You can't say that you're basically Canadian and then say, I don't even know what poutine is.
Okay, I'm agreeing with them though that we're different. I'm admitting my defeat.
Okay.
I'm amazed I could get Minka that angry.
I don't know if that was anger or confusion.
It was I was just That was my
dumbfounded.
moment of bamboozlery.
Minka was this close to calling me dumb. Oh, you almost had her.
Pretty sure she said it in her head more than enough, so it's fine.
Puce, I love you. I wish I could say you were wrong. But
Well,
that was in my head, but I didn't say it, so now it's basically been said. So
I was gonna
Nah.
say you've all but said it at this point.
yeah.
No, you go ahead, just say it. It's fine. It's got out of your system. It'll make you feel better.
No, I'm okay. But actually, because what originally led to this whole thing was I was going to say that actually is, I think, a very interesting question. Like, why for some people is there not a limit? Why is there not a too much?
I feel like at a certain point it's about being trapped and or stuck, which that's a whole appeal on its own, which I get sometimes. But then it just starts to exceed all means of like interest.
Meaning.
Yeah, interest and meaning. Because like,
Because it's
like if you get boobs so huge that like you're pinned to the ground, oh, there's things that can be done. But then once the boobs are as big as a house, then you're just like standing there or stuck up in the air somewhere. And then all you can do as the partner is touch the boobs. And as much as I love boobs, that'd get boring after like 10 seconds.
No. You can fuck the nipple. I've seen hentai. You can do it. I believe.
yeah. There's an extra hole there.
Okay, fair enough. But even that would be boring after a while.
Because we definitely should trust our hentai for anatomy lessons.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Isn't that where we all learned about the female and male bodies?
The vaguba. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you just said, but I'll agree. I feel like that definitely applies to belly and breast growth and butt growth. But I don't get... And giantess, at least on the receiving end, I get how that could be seen as powerful. But I still feel like there should be a limit. And some of these people, I want to talk to them and understand what the heck gets them into like universe planet size crushing. You were gonna say something, Minka?
I honestly I don't know. I have no insight into that kind of fetish to that extent. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, no, like, cause I'm into cumflation, but it still is like, yeah, it's kind of that same thing where it's like once it gets to a point where you can't really move and you're trapped, but like, you don't need to go bigger than that. Like, anything after that is just kind of
Redundant.
Excess.
yeah. So I fully am with you on not understanding the past that fetish. But again, we don't have it, so we can't really understand it, but I also can't wrap my brain around like what part of it would be triggering somebody's fetish.
You hear that, all you hyper growth and inflation peoples? Somebody get in contact with us. We want to pick your brain.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, you're up.
BDSM is the gateway drug of kink.
Well, BDSM is a very vague term.
It is.
Depending
I'm
on
gonna
how
need
you
to
look
be
at it,
more
so.
specific on that.
All that was written down was BDSM is the gateway of kink.
Did you
So-
write it down?
No, I did not.
Oh, I thought we were going to be like trying to communicate with past alt here for a second. I'm like, alt, you're going to have to try to remember. I know it's difficult to remember things, but you're supposed to
That's
be
on
able to
you.
remember it.
I was gonna say you're the one with the bad memory.
I would disagree to an extent, because BDSM also includes like master slave dynamics and that kind of stuff, and like if you're into that, that is not your gateway to kink. You are already so far into kink.
Gateway. Mm-mm. Gateway.
That's your gateway when you're living a 24/7 dom submissive lifestyle. That's just the gateway.
You just thought it was normal all this time. So that's what all the young hip happening.
So that's what trad
adults are doing.
But like, if the idea there is like, oh, you like getting spanked or slapped or like stuff with spit, or you like using handcuffs or being tied to the bed, if that's what your idea of BDSM is, then I guess I could kind of see where that's trying to come from. But even that, like, BDSM is kink. Like, it's not a gateway. It is kink. Like, if you have a fetish and you
it falls under
do
one
anything
of those
with
letters.
it, it's a kink.
Listen, I just wrote it down. That didn't mean I agree. I just wrote it down. It's like, give me ideas. And they started talking. I'm like, all right, write that down. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I feel like if you expand BDSM out to as broad a definition as you can, it automatically covers every fetish pretty much out there in existence.
All right, I'm just gonna cross
I feel
that one
like-
off and go to the next one then.
I feel like
Nope,
that's saying
we're still talking about it.
alcohol is the gateway to alcoholism.
Yeah.
It is.
Right, but that's fucking obvious.
Minka,
Yeah.
we have a very not high IQ person here, so sometimes it needs to be that obvious so they understand.
Okay.
No, I think
I know who you're talking about, and it's obviously me. I even understand that. That's just like saying water is wet.
Understand?
that's
You're,
like
you're
a,
pretty much
point.
saying water is wet, and everybody's like, yeah, of course it's
yeah,
wet.
that's like a super vanilla person who probably just doesn't understand the terms, understand what they're actually talking about, trying to say something.
Fun fact, she is more vanilla than Puce, which I didn't think was possible, but, you know, here we are.
Hey, I'm interested in trying everything at least once. So I feel like that doesn't make me vanilla.
Makes you like Vanilla Bean.
Vanilla bean does taste good.
Being tied
It
to
does.
the bed is a gateway to a bondage fetish. Like, I can't,
Maybe?
like, no, it just, like, I can't get over it because it's just, I understand it's coming from someone who doesn't understand, but it's just,
She has no idea. That's the best part. She was like, why'd you come to me with this? And I'm like, because you're the target demographic. And she got real mad.
okay, yeah, so from someone who was kind of put on the spot for a hot take, I can see it. I'm going to let my mind just relax because obviously it is,
Listen, I have another one.
Admittedly,
I got you.
before we move on, I feel like, admittedly, from the outside looking in, BDSM is a very specific thing. But when you're on the inside looking out, you therefore see everything as BDSM. And I feel like the real answer is somewhere in between.
I'm going to just move on to my other one.
yeah, do that.
The journey to intimacy kind of sucks.
Because we're all stupid and have literally no education on how to do any of it.
Okay, define
Not
intimacy.
whatever the fuck he was talking about. So,
Okay.
like, goddamn.
define intimacy here.
Okay, so like when I was in college and me and my girlfriend, we would just be not doing nothing. I'd either be playing a game and she'd be in the room, or she'd be doing whatever the fuck Wiccans do now, and I'd be in the room. It'd be nice. We wouldn't have to like interact to enjoy each other's company. And it was nice. It was just nice.
Okay.
Intimacy is not straight to sex. I don't know. You know what? I do know where that comes from you, and it's fucking funny.
You knew what I meant.
I did. That's why I tried not to insult you and went straight into my whatever the fuck I said, my anecdote.
So,
Like the journey to me being able to just pull in my significant other and just, all right, I'm just gonna hold you and go to bed. There's so much work, effort, and process to it, and I'm just like, I don't want to go through all that. I just want to hug.
huh.
We actually kind of think the same way on that one.
Oh, I don't know if I
I
like that. Uncomfortable.
I am a hopeless romantic through and through. I love all of the little steps. I love the first kiss. I love like the sweetness of holding hands for the first time, and then every time after that. I love the going on dates to get to know each other better.
No. I feel that you like all the first steps that lead to the big step. I like the big step just being normal.
Right, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like for me, it's different because like I don't hate the journey up to the big step. Like I love all of those things, and
I know where that stems from now. Fuck. Unlike, actually, I don't know what your anime history is, Minka. I watched a lot of anime as a human being. I am so sick and tired of romance anime. I'm like, all right, we're gonna be here for 12 episodes. They're gonna get together on episode 12 when they have their first kiss, and they're gonna be bumbling for the first 5 episodes. Figure out they like each other on episode 6. The other 6 will be them trying to figure out how to talk to each other in a not awkward way. And then all these things happen, and my friends are like, "I hate you. Why did you? How did you know?" And I'm like, "I've seen a lot of anime. I'm sorry." And I leave the room and I'm like, all right, I want to see people punching each other now.
Man, that was like so hyper masculine. It was kind of funny.
That I've seen enough romance anime to know how romance anime plays out.
But you can also say the
romance
same thing
anime.
about punch 'em up animes.
I stopped watching shonen anime at like age 14. Oh, I didn't stop. I just cut back. I cut down on them because I'm like, there are other genres in the world other than big man punches big man.
You know
or
what I learned about
teenager
shonen
punches
recently?
teenager? What?
You want to know what I learned about shonen recently?
What's that, bud?
They're not all fighting anime.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. I can't be mad. Calm down. What them niggas be saying? Woosah? Yeah, woosah. Whatever them fucking niggas
oh
be
my
saying.
god, did Wusa finally come back from the 90s?
What's
I don't know,
Wusa?
Man, how are you older than me and you don't know what that is?
I don't have a clue what you're saying.
It's basically like you say it to yourself to like try to get yourself
Not
to
murder
calm down.
people.
I feel
How
like
did
I've
you
heard the word
learn
before.
about non-battle anime?
What do you mean non-battle anime?
The thing you said you just
Non-punch
found
Shonen
out.
doesn't mean battle though.
Oh my god.
Shonen is an age range and gender targeting.
Pius,
Yes,
have you seen Food Wars?
yes, some of it.
You know Food Wars is a shonen?
Yep.
Okay then. Non-battle anime.
That was about the time when I started learning what shonen like actually was.
Alright, Minky, you go. Fuck whatever I had to say, you go. Get us out of here, please. Please.
You got any more hot takes, Minka? Because Alt wants to move on so he doesn't yell at me more.
So even in the kink and BDSM community, there's is a hot take. And if either of you are uncomfortable talking about this, like, absolutely we can skip it. But it is a thing that I find interesting. There's, like, there are people, this is kind of two-prong, so that way, if whatever. So one of them is Nazi play,
What?
and another one is racial play.
Okay, I knew racial play was a thing. You just said Nazi play.
Correct.
That's a thing?
Yes.
I'm gonna need the explanation because I don't. I have no. I can't even like understand what that is.
I don't. I know of its existence. I haven't deep dived into research on it. A lot of it comes down to like uniform play, because Hugo Boss made the Nazi uniforms. So, like, people who like uniforms really like Nazi uniforms because they were made by a fashion icon. And so there are people that will do basically, like, they will have somebody or some people in the scene dressed as Nazis and basically do BDSM scenes like that. A lot of times they will use German or speak with German accents, that kind of stuff, really get into it. And so I'm not entirely sure if the submissives in it are more like supposed to be prisoners of war or whatnot, but it is a thing. And it's possible that it was more a thing with the older generation, so it might be going away, because obviously World War II was not a thing for any of us. And we've learned a lot about it, but it wasn't as prevalent as it was for people who were born closer to it. But yeah, it is a thing that I am aware of. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but my understanding is a lot of it comes down to the uniform stuff, and then definitely like torture and beatings and that kind of stuff.
Well, I had two thoughts, and I literally watched as one floated away and is gone now. So we're sticking with the one thought. It pretty much, I feel like Nazi play can only be done if you, I feel like you have to be Jewish for that one. That feels like it's too borderline for anybody else to be included.
We'll see, and that's kind of plays into racial play. Because, like, if you have
I remember the other thought.
Two white people playing a scene where it's, you know, a slave on a cotton farm and the person who owns them, like, is that okay? You know, and like my leaning on that is no, I don't feel like that is okay. But like if you have, you know, a black person and a white person and they're switching those roles, like, is that okay? You know, and some people still say, no, that's not. But like, it's one of those gray areas where it's like, can we actually say if it's right or not, if it's the person who, you know, has dealt with all this racism is using BDSM as a way to kind of cope with it, or like turn it into something for themselves. Yeah. You're
the only one with pigment in their skin. What do you got?
No, skip. Where's the skip button? Not touching that one.
Okay. My quick second thought, though, because this is just a thought. Minka, was that just saying it, so therefore they are both hot takes? Or was there an actual hot take in there?
Well, they're hot takes because they're types of play that people do.
Oh, you're just stating them as hot takes.
Yeah, because I didn't have anything else that I had like super strong feelings on. These are ones that I know about, and that like I don't know where I fully sit with them either, because there is that line of consenting adults are doing their own thing, but then there's also these other gray areas of like, we're a society, and so there are still certain things, and it's like, well, is that then saying, oh, you can't do this because it's taboo? Because that's kind of what kink, a lot of it is when you're actually doing it, is it's like, we're doing this even though it's taboo, because like that's what empowers us. So I don't know. And I am a white woman talking about race play and Nazi play, and so it's like I don't really have opinions one way or the other. Like, I'm leaning more towards being uncomfortable with it, but like that's me as a white woman uncomfortable with it, and I don't want to say whether they're right or wrong or not, because I don't feel like that is my place to say.
All right, moving on.
I wouldn't do it. That's what I'm saying.
All right, moving on, because Alt has spoken. I feel like we're gonna close out tonight with this one, because it's my probably hottest take, because just mentioning it in the chat room we share got Minka riled up a little bit. I feel like most people who have, especially in the more like mainline BDSM fetishes, but fetishes in general, I feel like we all should all go to therapy.
What?
I think everybody who's got like fetishes, especially the more obscure you go, the more I think you should have therapy.
What if it is your therapy?
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be your only therapy.
Well, that's what I mean. I feel like if you are using it as your only means of outlet, it should not be. You need more than just to be beat in the bedroom.
To say that people who have fetishes, and okay, well, are you saying that people who are into kink and BDSM and have these fetishes and act on them should have therapy more than people who don't?
That, I would say, is at least true for some people. I feel like there are people in the BDSM community who need therapy more than people who are not in it. But there are also people outside of the BDSM community that need it more than people who are in the BDSM community. If that makes sense.
Yes. So to that, I would say that means it's just across the board. Like, there are some people, regardless of what they do or don't do, that need therapy more than other people. I think everyone should go to therapy because I believe everyone can benefit from working with trained professionals in learning how to grow as people, learning how to deal with feelings, learning how to process trauma, learning all of these things. I think everyone can benefit from it. I feel like this hot take kind of approaches the thing you said earlier, where you had mentioned that I don't know if you meant it this way, but there is a hot take that all kinksters have abuse trauma in their life, whether it's physical, mental, emotional. They all have trauma, and nobody's ever been able to prove one way or the other on that. But honestly, like, to me, I would say that most people in the world probably have some history of one of those types of abuse, whether it be from friends, from parents, from siblings, anything. I believe most people have at least a little bit of that. So to try to say that, like, that is what makes a kinkster, I don't believe even slightly.
This is going to sound super controversial the way I say it. So, I'm just giving you a warning. I do feel like that at least a percentage of people who are in the BDSM community at least have the awareness that they have some type of trauma and therefore have found an outlet for it. But I don't believe that the BDSM community is the proper place to have that outlet. At least as purely the only outlet.
There are safe ways to use kink and BDSM as a tool to help with trauma, and there are unsafe ways. So it can be beneficial, but also it can be very detrimental. But I agree, it should not be the only thing you're using, especially if you don't have someone who actually knows what's going on there to kind of help guide and everything. If you're just like, oh, well, I was abused as a kid by my parents, so now I'm going to go and do this scene where people are playing my parents and I'm going to, like, fight back and actually, like, take ownership. Like, if there are people there that aren't trained for it and everything, like, you could easily just fuck yourself up more. And so I would agree that people who think that BDSM is going to fix all their problems and fix their trauma, I feel like that's problematic. But I feel like it can help. And the sad truth of the kink community is it's a group of people. And just like any group of people, there are good people, there are terrible people. Even in the community in my home state, there was somebody who had money and power and connections, and he raped women and was able to stay as a prominent figure in the community for a long time. And like, it's so frustrating because so many people have tried to do something about it, and the people that were able to hold the power in this place kept him from not retribution, but from his consequences. And so it made the kink community in my state honestly dangerous for a lot of people, especially for new young girls. And that's heartbreaking because anybody should be able to get into this and be able to find enjoyment in it. Like, this is something that we do to get our rocks off. And everyone should have that same ability to do it. And because there are bad people in the community, sometimes it can be hard. And sometimes you can come into the community and get hurt worse and get more trauma. And that is unfortunately the sad reality. And like, we do everything we can to try to stop that from happening and to get rid of predators, but that is something to be aware of. Like, don't come into this thinking this is going to cure me and cure everything and make me a better person, because there is still a reality that this could be a thing that gives you more trauma in your life. Like, anything has that possibility. So it's, yeah, don't try to get into kink thinking that it's going to fix all of your problems and like be a replacement for therapy.
Oh, you had any thoughts on this?
I wasn't here for half of that. My mom gave me some really bad news.
Oh,
okay.
Well.
Should we? I think we were about to close up anyway. So,
I mean, you can close up if you want. I'm not. It doesn't affect me. I'm not the fucking stupid one, but you know.
Oh, okay.
You can't control stupid or your family members.
Yeah.
Ow, my ass.
I feel like there was another like point I was going for with that thing, but again, I just start talking and then the brain goes where it wants to go, and so I ended up at a place that I'm mostly happy with.
All right. I just felt like I just wanted to vocalize it at least once, that it sometimes feels like there are people out in the BDSM community who essentially it's just another like ism. It's just alcoholism and an addiction, whatever you want to call it, in a different form. And I feel like those people need to realize this isn't the best fix for their lives.
Some people use it as escapism without actually trying to fix the real solutions or the real problems.
Yes.
And actually, I remembered the other point I was getting at. I feel like possibly the reason a lot of people think that people who do BDSM and are kinksters tend to need more therapy is because when you're in the kink community, you do have to learn a lot of tools about self-introspection and how to communicate with other people and how to interact with other people. And so you start to become more aware of a lot of these traumas that you have and like why you need therapy more than people who like don't learn those skills will. And so it kind of skews the view of like, oh, these people need more therapy. And it's just like, they don't need more therapy than anyone else. They're just more aware of why they need therapy.
That all makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've all gotten our hot takes out for now. Maybe down the road we can have another hot take session where we have all developed even hotter takes. But any last call?
I think I'm
Minka?
good.
I'm good.
All right. I hope everybody's had a good night. Please pay your waitresses and waiters nicely. And don't let the door slam on the way out. Have a good night.
Man, you're forgetting some stuff. I'm only talking shit because I forgot until I was reminded.
Please visit our Discord, our Twitter. Give us a like, comment, whatever on wherever you're listening to us at. ratings on Apple Podcast, all that stuff. You can find us at Lusty Lounge on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and
We have
all
a
the
TikTok.
socials.
We have TikTok. What?
We don't
That's
have
new.
it yet, but we will. I'm working on it. That's an in the plans.
Are you?
social.
Are
That's
you
in
really?
the-
Are you just
yes.
saying that?
Yep, I've already messaged him. So TikTok's
That's
in the
not-
works. You'll find clips of us there
okay.
eventually. It'll happen
He's
this year.
lying.
I can show you the
He's lying.
DMs. I will leak all of them.
He's lying.
All right.
All right, we're close.
Have a
Get
good
the
night,
hell
everybody.
Hey, you can't be. Well, no, you work 3 till 2. Never mind. Never mind.
All right. Bye-bye,
So you
everybody.
can't do my bit.
out. Bye.
Bye.